If I'm audible and visible, please type yes in the chat box. Right? Please type yes in the chat box if I'm audible and visible to you. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know, guys. And I request each one of you to please switch on your cameras if you can. Right? So keep your energies high, keep your cameras on. Right? Please type yes in the chat box. Right? Please type yes in the chat box if I'm audible and visible to you. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know, guys. And I request each one of you to please switch on your cameras if you can. Right? So keep your energies high, keep your cameras on. Right? Uh, Thank you. Thank you so much. So, guys, thank you so much for joining this gold training, which is this gold training is very close to my heart for two reasons. One, because it actually fills the gap where people are thinking that whether we should become a nutritionist or not. So this training has given world best trainers, I would say, right? So there are a lot of people who are just thinking whether I should become a nutritionist or not. So after this training, they start thinking, yes, maybe nutrition is for me. Maybe I can serve people. Number one. Number two, as you're moving forward in this journey, you'll have more clarity you'll have more energy to understand how naturopathy works, and you can that implement into your life. My energies are just over the roof. How is your energy? If it is high, just type high in small letters. If it is high, just type high in block letters. Right? I want your energies to be in block letters. Very high. Great. Amazing. Amazing. Very nice. So it's very nice to see you guys. Right? Amazing. Amazing. So one word that comes to your mind, what expectations you have, or one word that you have in your mind regarding this training, just put it in the chat box. Yeah, just put it in the chat box. What is that one word? Josh. Okay, keep your chat visible to everyone. Healing. Okay. Learning. Nice. Clarity, wellness, energy levels, health. Okay. Feel higher life, excitement. Okay. Healthy. Perfect. Transformation towards best health and energy. Great learning towards health. Amazing. So one word that comes to my mind when I come on training of this training like this is serve. Yeah, SERV, serve with pure, heart intensity high and high energy levels. So now as I start the session, my only question to you is, if my emails and my WhatsApp message were not buried, did you guys have these workbook in your hand? If yes, show me. Boom. If my emails were not buried, if my WhatsApp messages were not buried, how many of you have this? Write me in the chat box if you have this workbook. If you have this workbook, you're going to do an experiment which can only be done once in a lifetime. You will do an experiment which can only be done once in a lifetime. Once you see the experiment, you're not able to do it ever again. Right? Great. Now, those who don't have, I don't want to dishearten you. I hope if you have a kind of soft copy in your hand, can you just open it in your laptop or your desktop so that we can make your notes? Right? Okay. Great. Now, guys, see, always remember there are three kinds of people. I tell to my team, I tell to everyone, there are three kinds of people. First is if we say something or the coach says something, implement it. Right? I just want to set the context high so that the 8 days of training that we have, the energy should be high, and the learning I'm going to share with you should be taken like as a priority. So there are three kinds of people that we interact with in one-to-one consultation. One is like we do something and the person does it immediately, right? Like this. So there is a relationship that is maintained. It's like a friendship. We say something and the thing is done. It's like, we are friends, and we don't have to like check everything. The second kind of relationship is a student and a teacher, where we have to stand, with a stick in our hand. They're not punishing, but there's a kind of, more higher accountability. because we have to tell repeatedly, have you done this, have you done that, have you done this, have you done that, right? 80% of the students are the friends one, 15% to 18% is the teacher one, in which we have to like more strict, and the third category is, where we have to become a commander. Like सामने लोग कुछ कर ही नहीं रहा है भाई. We are ready, but the person is not ready to receive. No WhatsApp reply, appointment gone in vain, right? So now whatever is done in the past, done and dusted, can I request 100% commitment from you guys in these 8 days training? If yes, type 100 in the chat box. I want 100% commit. Right? भाई तुमने मुझे पैसा दिया यार. You guys have paid me. You have paid the coaches. Just give you 100%. Else you'll become a mata kamal. Right? You're paid, no service taken. Wallah. So I want you to be 100% with me. Okay, that is the only request. Okay, so I'm starting the session. Get your workbook printed tomorrow if you haven't, and everybody please check out the workbook. Right? So if you see, I have divided this training into 5 parts. The first part you see is inner transformation training. There are 44 parts of this training. Many of you don't know because in the previous workbook those 44 parts were not written. Now in this workbook 44 parts divided into 5 parts. Divided, like the total is 44 parts. I mean, been divided into like 5 training modules. Now I'm sharing my screen with you. Before I share the screen, I want you to have a pen and a notepad with you, which I assume that you have. Perfect. So I welcome each one of you to Meta Holistic Training. It's a gold membership, right? Now, if I have to say one word, दाने दाने पे लिखा है खाने वाले का नाम. In English, I would say on every bite you take, it's destiny that food will be going to your mouth. Now, this has been scientifically proven that that any food you eat, it was destined to go to your body. For example, if we see animals, right? If we see animals, they have some instinct. We don't train any animal for certain things. For example, we don't train a dog to wave his tail. There is no education for that, but the dog knows. There is no training done that how to blink your eyes. As we grow, as we become, a human being comes to this earth, nobody trains us that you have to blink your eyes. Nobody trained us that we are craving for mother's milk. Right? So how many of you think there are hundreds and hundreds of inbuilt mechanism in humans that we have never got the training, but we know, yeah, this is how it is done? Type yes in the chat box, right? There's so many things, right, that we don't get any training, but we know exactly, this is how it is done. For example, if somebody throws a ball or a stone at me, or somebody tries to slap me, I have a natural inbuilt, mechanism. Let's say somebody tries to slap me, it's like this. I'll protect myself. Instinct. Right? Or it can be like this. Instinct. But nobody trained me for this. Ho gaya. Now there is no course how to protect yourself when a slap comes. Your hand will be in this position and in this degree and this, it will happen, then you protect. It will happen like this. So similarly, animals have some more, you can say a sixth sense or instincts or inner voice. Whenever an earthquake comes, you will see whenever an earthquake comes, many animals, they start behaving very differently, right? They start behaving very differently. In China, 1975, before the earthquake came, most of the animals, they left that city. So people thought something is wrong. Why animals are leaving the city? Why birds are flying? Why all the animals are going away from the city? So the people, they also left the city, and the earthquake came. 1.5 lakh people evacuated before the earthquake coming, and their lives were saved. Right? For example, there is a disease called seizures. In USA, there are dogs. They start behaving very differently if a seizure attack is coming. If you have to see in Indian currency, that dogs come around 15 to 20 lakh rupees. Right? So we have, bas wo hai, you cannot say why this is happening. There is an instinct which tells us this is how the thing needs to be done, and it happens. Right? For example, you have to choose among your few friends to be your best friend, and all your friends, 5 friends are good, but you say I like this friend. He's my best friend. No logic, nothing, but it just happened. There's a connection. So similarly, I would like to say that when it comes to your selection, when it comes to your behavior, there are certain patterns which we don't know and it's happening. So for this, the first part, inner transformation training, I'll start with a small experiment, and this experiment is only done once in lifetime. ये दोबारा हो ही नहीं सकता, right? So my suggestion is that in the first attempt, you do it correctly. Now, this science is called gastrophysics, the modern science of eating, right? Take out your take out the page that you have in your workbook. There are two designs made like this. Now, I'm just stopping the chat for a few seconds, for a few minutes. Is my volume 100% correct? Just a second. Type in the chat box. I have just opened the chat. If my voice is 100% clear to you. Check 1, 2, 3, 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 check. It's all clear? Okay, thank you. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. I'll just stop the chat just for 1 minute so that the old student just, if they're watching this training, they don't type the answer by mistake over here. The experiment will be failed. Now, you see this on the screen on your workbook. There is a diagram like this. Now you have to tell me, without using any logical side of the brain, you have to name them. Okay. So the two names that comes to my mind, one is Kiki, K-I, Kiki, and one is Booba. Booba, Kiki. Write down who is Booba, write down who is Kiki. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. लिख दीजिए. Thought? Okay. So now when I do this training in corporates and all, 99%, what is the answer that comes? Right? The answer that one is Booba, one is Kiki. So 99%, the answer that comes, this people writes Booba. Now I'm opening the chat. Those who have written Booba, write down Booba. अगर जो मैंने बताया था आपको, if that is Booba, type yes in the chat box. 99% people. You can see the chat yourself. You can see the chat yourself. Everybody has written that Booba. How it happened? ये क्या हो गया? Right? Sometimes it's 100%, sometimes it's 99% that people have written Booba to that. Okay, now one more experiment. One is sweet in taste, one is khatta in taste. Tar, right? Write down which one is, will you say meetha? 5, just write sweet, khatta. 4, 3, 2, 1. 99% Booba, you have written sweet. If that is true, type yes in the chat box. See how it's possible, like very surprising. So there is an inbuilt mechanism in your body. There is an inbuilt mechanism in your body. So logic nahi, there's no logic, but this happened. There's actually no science also. But there's something inside which says anything anything which is round in shape is sweet. If you see booba and kiki sounds like a little, kind of word which is kiki, like booba sounds like something round in shape. So what I'm trying to teach you over here is there are certain things which are inbuilt. We don't know why it happened, how it happened, but it's happening. And this is very powerful. So this is the context of the training. Human instinct, right, is the biggest thing that you have to see, you have to understand. Mind will not see science, mind will not see logic, mind will follow the instincts. This is what you have to learn, right? Mind blown? Type MB in the chat box if your mind is blown. Okay. Let's move forward. Okay. So this is something you need to understand. Now, as I told you, this can, अब आप समझ होंगे why I'm saying this can be done only one time in your life. Okay. So now let's move forward and understand the bigger game. So the round plates, there's an evidence of that. The round plates are just sweeter than angular plates. So this science was known by companies like Cadbury's. Cadbury's को पता चला कि anything which is round in shape, people think it's more sweet, right? So they launched their gems. They made the edge of their chocolates a little rectangular, like they made a little curvish the edges, right? And they saw that sales have actually increased. If you see all the Indian traditional sweets, Rasgulla, Gulab Jamun, they're round in shape. So people who have made these things, they were like very intelligent, very clever, right? And this is how the companies are making millions today. They play with the instincts. So round plates are just sweeter than angular plates. It has been already published in some journals. So back in 2013, Cadbury decided to upgrade the shape of the iconic dairy milk chocolate bar, rounding off the corners. So they made like so much in sales that people are like, how is this possible? Now, similarly, if you see the human body, it's working on the same principle. For example, when you eat something, it goes to your mouth, it goes to your stomach, it goes to your intestine, and then from intestine, it is going rest to your body, rest of the body, right? Now, millions of years back, this has been coded that your liver has been given the list of people that these are the food. If it comes, you know, give them the entry. If something is different, don't give them the entry. Like for example, you have given the list of your friends to your chowkidar, and with photograph. A chowkidar, if these people come to my house, send them, right? Just check the photographs, ask the name. If it's matching, send them. So similarly, what you have to do, your liver will automatically know what needs to be done. For example, if you have a heart blockage, okay, you don't have to do anything. Heart knows how to heal itself. You just have to support your heart. You just have to, because there's a blockage, the capillaries will increase, right? The uh, the uh, the three arteries will multiply into more arteries so that the blockage can be done. Blockage can be removed. The circulation can be of the blood can be easy. So your heart will do it itself. So your cells has that knowledge to know exactly what it is required. You don't have to do anything. Your body will do itself. All you have to do is just support your body. Your liver will throw the food that is not good, right? It will throw it in the biotransformation process. So when you eat something, if the liver is not recognizing that food will be biotransformed. I was called the biotransformation. So it happened. You did not do anything. It just happened like this, right? Now, what happens? Why this actually happens? There is a science called hormesis. What is hormesis? Anything which the liver is not recognizing is a poison to your body. So what liver will do? Liver will throw that food in the intestine, and from intestine it will be biotransformed. वो आपकी feces में निकल जाएगा. Did you do anything? No. The cells have that instinct. Okay, this is food. This is not the food. Consume it, absorb it, or throw it. Did the liver do anything? Did you do anything? No. The liver did that. The cells have that instinct, right? All you have to do is just support. So hormesis and toxicology is the very important subject. Now, what is half-life dose? Right? Half-life dose simply means if these two policemen are standing and they're checking the cars. In 1 minute, they check two cars. Now, if I'm a drug dealer, I'm a little worried. Checking is going on. I will be caught. My drugs will be caught. So I'll send 6 cars per minute. So traffic jam. Now, what is going to happen? These policemen will let go 2 cars and will check 1 car. These policemen will let go 4, 5 cars and check 1 car. This is how the medicine is working when they go inside your body. Right? Now, here the liver is not working. Why? Because the medicine that you're eating is deceiving you body, deceiving your liver. So here what needs to be done? You need to understand that the half-life dose mechanism is very simple. If anybody is an infant, old age, obese, sick people, you will see the doses of medicine they will reduce. They'll not remove that, they'll reduce. And if you're an adult, new diseases, the medicine will increase. This is called half-life dose. Similarly, all you have to understand today is all the diseases that we talk about, you know, any disease. I've said diabetes, BP, heart, cancer, and itis family. Today I'm going to explain you that every disease is a disease of blockage. For example, if you have made a road, in that road I say cars can move, trucks can move, but if somebody brings the uh, this war tank, so the roads will break. Similarly, the moment you start eating medicines, the moment you start eating supplements, it's chemicals going in your blood. Okay, you eat medicine, it is going to your blood. Like in road, tanks are there. In blood, what is happening? Chemicals are there. Now, when chemicals is in your blood, which is heavy, what it will do? It will make the endothelium layer a little khurdura, rough, right? Now, when that part becomes a little khurdura, wounded, so what is running in your blood? You have cholesterol, you have fat, you have protein, you have vitamins, you have minerals. It will go and stick over there, right? Although we are saying it is a disease of inflammation, but if you see any disease, it is a disease of inflammation, it is a disease of blockage, right? Now, what is happening? Now, when you get your blood work tested, what happens? Your cholesterol is high, right? Fat is there, uric acid is there. It was already in your blood, but now since you are eating medicines, it is sticking over there. And then more concepts like milk and milk products, refined food, and packed food are coming. So the point is, you can only achieve your health when the medicines in your life become zero. For many of you, you're 100% medicine free. For many of you, you're just starting this journey. But the end goal is to stop sending that chemical to your body. Are we clear on this? Type yes in the chat box, guys, if you're 100% clear on this. It is sticking over there. And then more concepts like milk and milk products, refined food, and packed food are coming. So the point is, You can only achieve your health when the medicines in your life become zero. For many of you, you're 100% medicine free. For many of you, you're just starting this journey. But the end goal is to stop sending that chemical to your body. Are we clear on this? Type yes in the chat box, guys, if you're 100% clear on this.